Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Hello, hello. I hope I find you all well. It is Wednesday, the 14th of April, 2021, and I'm Darkside Phil. And I welcome you here to another full day of gameplay streaming, of course, my friends. Had an interesting morning, which we'll talk about in a moment. We'll do a little bit of small talk in a moment. And, what's up? What's going on? We're midway through my streaming week, because this is a 5-day streaming week for me this week. My schedule being all thrown off recently, because my wife's schedule being all over the place. Looks like we may have some consistency in the next, week and a half. I don't know if it's going to stay like that or not. We'd like it to, but we don't know if it will or not. We're going to find out. But anyway, yeah, today's day 3 of 5 straight days of full-time streaming for me. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content that I've been putting out. Today it's going to be the continuation of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. And we got to a boss finally, after having to adjust the difficulty for literally a 60 to 120 second segment that was insanely difficult. I don't know what the game devs were thinking. Everyone who plays the game says it's the hardest part of the game. It was just the most stupidly made part I've ever seen in my life. Enemies spawning out of thin air on your body while you can't move out of the way because there's spikes around you that insta-kill you. And if you move any which way slightly in a wrong direction, which you're not guided to, you don't know where to go, you die instantly anyway. That was really the stupidest part of any game I've ever played so far. I mean, that was just ridiculously badly designed, in my opinion. But we're past it. Now we're back to Legend difficulty, the hardest difficulty, to fight a boss. And then after that, apparently there's one more stage in the game, and that's it. Apparently after that, that stage, the game resets and says, if you want to see the true ending, you got to beat the whole game again from start to finish. I'm like, fuck that. I am not doing that. Sorry, but after a month and a half, almost 2 months of playing this game, I have no desire whatsoever to go back and replay the fucking game from the start just to get to the end and fight another secret boss. They can fuck off. I mean that. Like, stupid shit. So, it'd be one thing if the game was fair and had good checkpoints and everything. It's not. So, we're going to get to the end of the game. We're going to beat the final stage. And that's where I'm ending the playthrough. Okay? We got better things to work on. This game was actually intended to be a filler game to begin with. It was never one that was actually on my schedule. But I said about a month and a half ago, oh, here's something for filler time. And the next thing you know, it ends up being one of the hardest, most ridiculously long playthroughs I've done in a long time because it was such a ridiculously difficult game. I wasn't expecting that at all. It definitely surprised me being so lengthy and difficult. So, anyway. Today, the goal is to beat the boss, move on to the final stage, make progress, hopefully in the final stage, and then hopefully beat the game this week, which we'll talk about in a moment as I continue on with my schedule for the week, alright? So that's today's daytime stream. Later tonight, the late stream is Genshin Impact. It's my second Genshin Impact stream of the week. I played one on Monday night. It seemed to be pretty chill and fun. We had some good conversation, and I ended up doing a bunch of stuff that advanced my world level, which in this game is just as important as advancing the story, because you can't even do story elements until your world level goes further. So I was doing one of those world quests where you have to catch like water beasts or something, water animals, and it was interesting, but of course it's repetitive and tedious. That's why it's meant to be a chill stream where we talk and chill rather than really focus on the gameplay. So we're going to do more of that tonight. I hope you'll join me at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? What was that noise? Hold on a second. I just want to see what Jasper's up to because he ran away here. Oh, he's in the window. He's in the window, no problem. Alright. So, guys, that's today. Tomorrow, it's going to be the continuation of Divinity 2. Okay, sorry. Tomorrow is the continuation of Divinity 2. We finally left Fort Joy, and we're moving on to new areas. We're in the middle of the ocean. We're about to have a giant epic ocean battle. We have to do that. Once we beat that, I'm assuming we're going to touch down somewhere on land and continue on with the story. Finally moving into the meat of the game after 35 to 40 hours. I know that sounds stupid because it's crazy, but the game apparently is that long. I guarantee you it's going to end up being one of my longest playthroughs of all time because of the way they've designed this game. It's just so fucking long. So, alright, so that's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be more Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. I've been really enjoying the shoddy sniper stuff. I'm unlocking all the best attachments for both the Street Sweeper auto shotgun as well as the Tundra sniper rifle. I'm getting way better at sniping with said Tundra sniper rifle. And I'm looking forward to more tomorrow, alright? Then on Friday, hopefully, it will be the conclusion of Ghosts and Goblins. Because I'm playing it today and again on Friday. I'm hoping between the 2 sessions, we will wrap up the game. Seriously. Seriously, we need to wrap up that game, alright? So, once we do, that's good, because next week we got multiple new releases, which we'll also talk about in a moment. And my goal for this week was to get as far as I could in the ongoing playthroughs I'm doing, and maybe and finishing up Ghosts and Goblins, so it's not a lingering playthrough, okay? Friday night, it is my weekly throwback Street Fighter session. Alright, where I play old school Street Fighter. It's a good time. Hope you guys will join me for that. Alright, and then Saturday I'm off. Saturday I am off from streaming, and I know that's weird because usually on weekends I don't have time off, but now it seems like this may be the new regular thing, at least this week and the week after, because the week after I'm going to be here streaming Sunday through Friday again. I mean, it was Monday through Friday this week, but it'll be Sunday through Friday, so 6 straight days of streaming in the next week, okay? And it looks like Saturday of the next week is my day off again. And, I mean, they're a mixed bag. Here's what I think about this. Being here Sunday through Friday, it almost makes me feel like a regular work week. Like I'm office job. You know what I mean? It's not, of course. My hours are very different from having an office job. I'm here way more than someone who's sitting in an office from 9 to 5. But at the same time, I am here kind of during a regular work week schedule. Having the weekend off is a mixed bag, because it lets my wife have a more consistent work schedule. You know, knowing that she's working 5 straight days and getting 2 days off is good for her. But at the same time, having to go out on the weekends is not good, especially during the pandemic here, when the last year we really enjoyed having our day off on a weekday when we were going out. There was way less people out, and we could go out on a day when, you know, if you had to go to the store, go to a restaurant, it's not crowded, it's not cluttered, there's no lines, right? Now, it seems like if we're going out on a Saturday, it's always going to be like that. It's going to be tons of people out, lines everywhere, especially because here in Washington State, we're on the precipice of being rolled back a phase. You know, some of you probably live in states right now in the United States where there's 0 restrictions for COVID. In our state, we never left restrictions. We've always been restricted. And now we're being told because the cases are going up again, we're rolling back and going to have tighter restrictions again. So I'm going to be going out on the day that's the busiest of the week for my day off, and now there's going to be tighter restrictions where people aren't going to be able to go to places and go in places. You're going to wait in line outside. Yuck. You know, not good. Shitty. So it sucks. What can I say? I prefer to have weekdays off, but it is what it is. At least it's consistent for now. Like last few weeks, it wasn't consistent at all. I didn't know when I had off or nothing. At least now I know. Okay? So, let's see. Let's see what happens. Maybe this will stay the consistent schedule. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Okay? So, that's for this week. Now, when I return on Sunday, it'll be the conclusion of Danganronpa... Excuse me, the conclusion. The continuation of Danganronpa V3. We're in the midst of the second class trial. Apparently, there's going to be like 5 or 6 of these. But we're in the middle of the second one. We have many questions. I haven't figured out in any way, shape, or form who the murderer is yet. How it was performed. We're working on it. Okay, we're working on it, but I don't know yet. It's a big whodunit murder mystery. We'll continue on Sunday. Sunday night, likely will be Call of Duty. And that means this week we'll be rotating through the other games that we're playing. So probably Monday will end up being more Divinity 2, probably paired with Genshin Impact. And then on Tuesday, it's an actual new release. On Tuesday, it is the release of MLB The Show 21. Now, for some reason, there's some kind of weird misunderstanding about the release date of the MLB The Show. It does not come out on Friday this week. It doesn't. It only comes out on Friday if you bought like the expensive collector's edition. Then you get it a few days early. But if you buy the regular edition like I'm going to do, then it comes out on Tuesday. I don't know why, because a bunch of people this week came to me and said, are you going to play it on Friday? Like, it's not out on Friday. I'm not spending a ton of money on that game. Why would I buy the collector's edition to play it like 3 days early? It's stupid. So I'll be playing it starting on Tuesday when it comes out. Now, what I'll do is I'll do a major stream of it on Tuesday just to get into the meat of the game. Keep in mind, I'll be creating my character, going through the early stages of the story and trying to get my character into the minor leagues and getting my hands on what are the controls and all of that crap. Okay? And then, after that, likely it will not be a main gameplay stream at all. Likely what will happen is it'll end up being a late night chill stream that we'll do 1 to 2 times a week. Okay? That's how I'm handling MLB. Probably one major stream to get started, and then it immediately becomes a late night interactive chill stream. Okay? Sounds good? Alright. So then the balance of that week, it's going to be, again, more Divinity 2, more Danganronpa, trying to get as far as I can until the release of Nier Replicant, which I believe is Friday of next week. I believe it is. I haven't 100% confirmed the date. I think it's Friday of next week. And then that's going to be a major playthrough and a major focus for me moving forward. Okay? So then you'll see a balance. It'll probably be a major focus on Nier Replicant, and then, you know, Divinity and Danganronpa will be squeezed in there, but they will not be priorities. Okay? Now, the next week after that, the last week of April, we have 2 more major releases. We have Returnal on the PlayStation 5, and we have Pokemon Snap for the Switch. I'll be playing both games, and once those games release, it'll then be a focus on Nier Replicant, Returnal, and Pokemon Snap as the main gameplay streams. The night streams will then be a balance between MLB, Divinity 2, and Danganronpa. And then every once in a while, like once a week, it'll be Street Fighter, and maybe I'll squeeze in a Call of Duty stream. Alright? But that's the thing. Once the new releases come out, the schedule is going to dramatically change, and the focus is going to shift for sure. And I hope you guys understand that. You know, that's how I roll here. With new releases, they always take priority over older, ongoing playthroughs. Viewer's choice always goes on the back burner when new stuff comes out. Okay? So, that's the deal for the rest of the month, my friends. Now, I'd like to direct your attention to the top of the screen right now, where you will see that there is a sub goal for the month, 900 subs. Okay? If we hit 900 subs at any point during the month of April, I will be doing a special retrospective playthrough. Retro replay, I'll call it. Where you guys will get to pick a game that I played either in 2015 or earlier. Alright? And, excuse me. And that playthrough will be redone with modern capture, face cam, live streaming interactions, and all the things that I do in the modern day. So it'll certainly be very different from whatever the original playthrough was. So many games are eligible. I played so many games 2015 or earlier. Seriously. Some of the classics that I've done over the years that everyone acknowledged were such amazing games. So, very curious to see what you guys would nominate. Now, also, there'll be a marathon premiere event where I'll play that game for about 6 to 7 hours to get a good chunk into the playthrough to start. And in addition to that, there'll be a live DSP Tries It during that event. However, as you guys can see, we're about 75 subs away from hitting the sub goal for the month. This has fluctuated. We were all the way up to 886 subs on my birthday last week, which was actually 1 week ago exactly. Actually, no, it was yesterday. It was 1 week ago. Shit. Time flies. But then I had my day off and then dipped by 80 subs, and we were down like 800, and now we're fluctuating, like hovering around like 825. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know for a fact that within the next week or so, there's going to be a sub bomb that dropped in March that's going to expire. Those subs are going to go down by about 100 subs. If people don't subscribe quickly to make this happen, we may not do it this month. Alright? I think some people are like, oh, we're close, it's fine. No. We need to you know, we want this to happen. People have to subscribe, and quickly, before the sub bomb expires, and then we drop down another 100, 200, and it becomes completely unreasonable. Now listen, this month I'm doing this per your request, because people have been asking me, why is it 900? Because you guys have been telling me for the past 3-4 months, you don't like the incremental sub goals that I've been doing. You keep telling me that, oh, I don't like how the goalpost keeps moving. Why is it that when we hit a sub goal, then there's another one, then there's another one, then there's another one? Instead, why don't you just have one sub goal? So I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll make a sub goal that's about 100 subs. Realistic, right? So I did, and now people are saying, oh, well, now it doesn't look like we will hit it. Well, it's because I did a big sub goal instead of an incremental sub goal. Like, I did what you wanted. And now you see it's kind of not working out, I feel. Because we were so close, and now it's like, now we're not really hitting it. So anyway, if you want to see this happen, you can subscribe to the channel, which will get you many benefits, including access to over 40 emotes, as well as getting a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. In addition to that, you'll also get a... well, you also won't have to watch ads. You know, I take an ad break once a stream, and then also usually ads run when the stream starts and ends. You won't have to watch those if you're a sub. Now, you may also want to gift some subs to the channel. You might want to gift a sub specifically to someone who, in the chat who you're friendly with, to give them like a gift, help them out. Or you could just drop a sub bomb on the channel itself, you know, anonymously gift out some subs. I'm sure people would appreciate that. All right? So, thanks in advance to anyone who supports the channel and you know, subscribes or drops some subs. It would be great to hit the sub goal for this month. But if we don't, I guess we don't. I don't know what to say. You know, I set this up in regards to things that you guys are suggesting in a way that you suggested, you know, because I listen to viewer feedback, and hopefully it works out. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Very quickly, I would just like to say thank you all for your support. You know, you guys have been awesome with all your support of my streams recently. Thank you to anyone who cheered, subbed, and tipped during a live stream. You guys know I'm an independent content creator, and I don't have any other sponsorships or get any money from anywhere else besides your crowdfunding efforts. So thank you very much for that and allowing me to do what I love for a living. Gaming has been my lifelong hobby and passion, and I absolutely love it. And I love that I get to share this with you guys on a daily basis and have a good time with you on streams. Okay? That being said, contributions are not mandatory, nor are they expected. But man, do they help. Just being honest, they pay the bills and they keep the stuff running around here. We do have some rewards in effect. All right? First of all, if you cheer, sub, or tip, I will give you a shout out during the live stream as a way of saying thank you, because I'm grateful for all the contributions that I receive on the stream. Okay? You know, obviously if someone's trolling or someone's doing something out of the lines of the rules of this channel, no, I don't have to shout them out. But I do make an honest effort to try to shout out every contributor, because I am so grateful for the fact that you guys keep me going. Okay? If we raise $50 in tips today, I'll put on my gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest of your choice. Now, yesterday, during the first stream, we did hit the tips goal, and it was the platinum vest. So that means today the vests eligible would be beige, blue, red, camo, and the new denim vest. Those would be the vests eligible for me to wear if we hit the tips goal today. By the way, FYI, yes, still the best way to contribute right now would be tipping. That will help me more than anything else in the short term. And I haven't gotten paid by Twitch yet. And all bills cleared, and my bank account is empty. That is not an exaggeration. My bank account had, I think, $5 in it overnight. Because finally, all those big bills that I've been telling you guys about finally cleared. And it took all my money. So, if you tip me, that would help me out today. Thank you in advance. Of course, cheering, subbing also help out. But, you know, in the short term, tipping would help me more than anything. Okay? Really quickly, if you're a attendee of my streams, I strongly recommend you do not use a name here on Twitch TV that you use on other social media accounts. Also, I recommend you close open DMs on Twitch. These are both great ways to avoid online trolling. Sadly, there are people who are just, I don't even know what to say. They're just messed up in the head, and they like to harass people online just because they can get away with it anonymously. The last thing you want is someone following you all over the internet to harass you. So make sure that you diversify your presence and make it so that you don't make yourself an easy target. Having open DMs on Twitch is a bad idea. Trust me. If you're going to tip me today, number one, I need to have a tip be verified, meaning you need to have a verified account on Twitch for me to accept your, on Twitch, a verified account on PayPal to accept your tips. Why do I need a verified account? I'll tell you why I need you to have a verified account, because it means that you've linked your real life information to your PayPal account. You're a real human, and you're not trying to scam me. Sadly, I've had lots of people, including one particular person who was buying stolen credit cards off the internet, and every day was coming by and giving me hundreds of dollars of fake tips, which then would get charged back. So not only would I lose the tip money, but then on top of that, there'd be tons of fees and penalties against my PayPal account because of this. When you have a verified PayPal account, that can't happen. It gives me protection against it because you're a real person. You try to commit fraud, PayPal's going to come after you. All right? Now, don't worry, because PayPal will not give me your personal information. That would be illegal. That would be doxing, and they would be sued for millions of dollars. All right? Don't listen to nonsense idiots who like to say stupid shit like that. It's not true. One other thing, if you are a regular contributor to my streams and you're going to tip me, you may want to use a keyword or code word when you're tipping. What this is a word that you'll only use when you tip me, and you say it in your tip message. And if you use that, I'll know it's you. Reason that that's important is because it allows me to immediately trust your tip, count it, and move on with the stream. It won't derail the stream. It'll keep us moving, and it doesn't break the immersion of what I'm doing. Sadly, there's people who will impersonate other stream contributors in an attempt to try to cause chaos and or make people look bad, and that's fucked up. Admittedly, it is. It's messed up that they do that, but they do. So if you are going to tip me, I recommend using a code word. This has actually happened a lot in the last month where people have started using these, and now I can trust the tip and we can move on, you know, in a streamlined manner. It keeps the stream moving without derailing it. It's really good, okay? All right, I have a couple topics I want to talk about this morning, all right? First topic I want to talk about regards Twitch TV. It's actually very pertinent to myself and my channel recently, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been a live streamer on Twitch TV since 2013. That's almost 8 years now that I've been live streaming. In fact, now that I think about it, it has been 8 years because it was 2013 it was February 2013 when John Rambo and I one day decided we're going out and getting capture device and we're just going to set it up and we're going to start live streaming and see what happens, remember? And if I remember correctly, the game we played, I forget exactly what it was called, but it was some kind of an arcade simulator. I remember it was like build your own video arcade over different decades. And it was a really fun attempt. Didn't work too well because we didn't know anything about bitrate or anything. And it looked like shit. It was cool because we had live interactions with everyone over the internet for the first time ever. But at the same time, you know, it looked like crap. It took probably about a month or two before I kind of streamlined everything and made it started looking good. Okay? So, that's history, right? But over the years that I've been on Twitch, there's been a lot of issues on Twitch in regards to artificial engagement. What does that mean? It means when people fake engagement on a stream. Whether that means view botting, sending in a ton of bots to come and watch a stream to make it look like the stream has way more views than it really has. Or follower botting, having a bunch of bots come on and follow a channel to make the follower count jump and make it look like it's more popular than it really is. Now, the thing is, if you're a streamer on Twitch, you have absolutely no control over this, nor do you have any idea it's happening, nor do you have any way to fix it. It's completely out of your control, and Twitch knows this. Twitch knows that regularly when this happens, it's meant to be some kind of a malicious activity against the person, and really that the person broadcasting has no control over it whatsoever. So, unless there's some kind of concrete evidence that, say, a streamer is paying someone to do this to inflate their popularity, no one's ever been held accountable. No one's ever had any kind of a penalty against them for doing it. Or for, I would say not doing it, but for having it happen to their channel. Okay? So, that being said, hi Jasper. Jasper just walked into the office. How you doing, buddy? What? Why is everyone saying Phil question mark, Phil question mark? What? What? People are just being weird. All right, let's continue. They're trolling. Let's continue. So anyway, this morning, Twitch finally addressed the issue. It's the first time they've ever really came out publicly and not only acknowledged that it exists, but actually tried to say that they're going to do something about it. You know, there's been times over the years when I'm streaming, and all of a sudden people are like, Phil, you're weird that you have like 2,000 viewers. I'm like, what? Why would I have 2,000 viewers? I don't even understand. Like, why would my viewership jump from like a few hundred to 2,000 instantly? It doesn't make any sense. It's view botting. It's people doing this view botting thing. It's really dumb. Now, recently, in the last 2 weeks, I was a victim of this. Because if you guys remember, just a couple of weeks ago, people were talking on the stream, and they were like, oh, are you aware that you're very close to hitting 100,000 followers here on Twitch? And I said, that's pretty cool. You know, I've noticed over the past couple of years that usually when you stream, I gain between maybe 10,000 new followers a year. It's a very slow climb. It's not like, oh, you immediately gain a ton of followers out of nowhere. Usually it coincides with a new release. Like, I'll start playing a high-profile new release on here regularly, and then all of a sudden you'll see the viewership, I would say yes, the viewership, but also the follower count would start to grow because people follow me so that they can come back whenever I'm playing whatever the new hot game is, you see? I also noticed that at times when there's no new releases, the followers slow down to a crawl because you're not going to get new people when you're not playing something hot and new that people want to see, right? So I think at that point, and this was like 2 weeks ago, I was probably like 98,000 followers or something like that, 2-3 weeks ago. And people were talking about it on the stream and said, hey, what are you going to celebrate when you hit, 100,000 followers? Will it be some kind of a celebration? I said, well, coming up, we already have a marathon for my birthday and stuff. So I wouldn't do it in the short term, but it's probably going to take a few months for me to hit that anyway. Like, I estimated probably around the summertime, especially if there were consistent new releases coming out in the next few months, which it looks like there will be. I estimated that probably around the summertime would be about the time when I'll hit 100,000 followers. I said, okay, yeah, sure. If during the summertime we hit 100K followers, let's do some kind of a special celebratory event. It'll be a really good time. We'll do like a marathon, or we'll do a special one-off stream, something different, to celebrate this milestone. That sounds like a fun thing I could do with my viewers. All right? So I announced this on stream. Within one day, my followers went from like 98,000 to over 100,000 out of nowhere. Was there anything going on my stream to warrant this? No. Was I covering a new release? No. I was just doing business as usual. My viewership didn't even increase at all, yet somehow 2,000 followers appear out of nowhere. Right? It's bullshit. It's botting. It's definitely botting. Someone basically wanted to ruin it because they knew that I was going to try to wait for the 100,000 followers for it to naturally grow, and I was going to do a celebratory event. So they said, haha, it's Phil's birthday and his marathon. Let's fuck him over by giving him these followers then, and now he's screwed over because he's already doing an event. You see? So that's what they did. They basically ruined it. Instead of letting it be natural and letting it be fun and a good celebration of real followers, they ruined it by adding in fake followers. Now, the thing is, I have absolutely no way to control that, nor do I have any way to stop it. I have no way to fix it. Okay? Up to this point, there's been no actions available from a streamer to do anything about it. Okay? This morning, Twitch released a help article about it and made a big public announcement stating they are aware that it has become a rampant issue. They have identified, get this, 7.8 million fake accounts. 7.8 million fake Twitch accounts that are set up solely to be bots, to view and to follow, and to not actually be real people. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking stuff. I mean, holy shit. 7.8 million? How did they not know that this was happening? Like, talk about putting your head in the sand and ignoring an issue until it blows up in your face, right? So anyway, as of this morning, Twitch is now saying they're cracking down, and they said if you are a Twitch streamer, don't be surprised if all of a sudden, shockingly, you see your follower count dip. And I'm like, I welcome it. Right now, it says I have 100,000 followers. How much do you want to bet? And this is no exaggeration. How much do you want to bet that once they run this algorithm and they ban all the bot accounts, that I'm going to have 50,000 followers? I almost guarantee it. I almost guarantee you half my followers are bots. And the thing is, it's always been like that. On YouTube, it's been like that. It's always like that, where there's just fake accounts doing shit with malicious intent. And I would guarantee you, half my followers are fake. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it dipped 50,000 or more. Seriously. I can tell you right now that at least 2,000 to 3,000 just in the past 2 weeks are fake accounts that follow me, bot accounts, right? So let's see what happens. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens with my followers or whatever in the next week or so. If it dips, fine. You know what? Hey, if it dips, fine. Let's see what it legitimately is, and then maybe we can actually set up a goal where we do have a celebration when we hit a legit number of followers at some point, instead of, oh, it's ruined now because these idiots use bots, right? I mean, obviously I want to celebrate real growth and real support, not fake shit, okay? Okay. Now, I have another story to tell you this morning. It's certainly a shocking and weird one, okay? So, hold on. Okay. So, something weird and funny happened this morning, and I'm honestly not surprised, but let me tell you the story. So what happens is now I'm sleeping, and my wife has to wake up early to go to work. She goes to work very early in the morning. She works early mornings and comes home a little afternoon. She has a morning shift now. So she gets up way early in the morning. I think she told me she gets up at like 5 in the morning, maybe even earlier than that, maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't know because I'm asleep when she does. And, she takes a shower. Of course, Jasper wakes up and runs around the house. But I sleep right through it now. Like, I'm used to it now. It's now been over a month that she's on this new schedule. So I sleep right the hell through it. I'm not even aware of it happening. I'm passed out. Okay? So, this morning, I wake up. And it's a normal morning. And Jasper is in the bedroom with me. And oh, how nice. Open the window. Go downstairs into the kitchen. Now, I had some things I had to do this morning. I actually had some more tax things to do. I'm basically going back and forth with my tax guy every morning now with information to try to get these taxes settled so they're done. Okay? So I knew I had a lot of shit I had to do this morning with taxes, scanning forms and shit. So I'm like, okay, let me get going. Let me go downstairs into the kitchen. Let me have a coffee quick, and I get upstairs and start working on this before the stream goes live. I walk downstairs to the kitchen. I look at the counter. And on top of our kitchen counter is a bunch of shit that normally would be in a kitchen drawer. And the whole kitchen drawer, well, not the whole kitchen drawer, the whole front of the kitchen drawer is detached from the drawer, sitting on top of the countertop with a bunch of shit that should be in the drawer, sitting on the countertop. I look at the kitchen drawer, the entire drawer fell apart. I'm staring at it like, what the fuck? So I have to give it a closer look. I'm like, how could this have happened? Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the 1990s, when they were manufacturing homes such as my own, a lot of places cut corners to save money. And apparently they cut corners when they made this place. All of our kitchen cabinets are fiberboard shit. They're all garbage. They're not real wood. It's all fiberboard trash. And this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. This drawer does not have a screw in it. This drawer is made of staples. I have never seen anything like this in my life before. Drawers and cabinets made of fucking staples, not screws, to hold them in place. I'm staring at it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, this is like, a lot of people make fun of IKEA. Because IKEA is supposed to be low-grade, affordable furniture and cabinetry and things for your house. This looks like it's worse than IKEA. I'm staring at it like, why the fuck would they have put this into a house like this? This is a nice house I live in. This isn't any cheap place. This is a nice house I live in. Why would they have skimped on the cabinets? It just, I'm shocked. My jaw dropped. I'm seeing what it is. It's 2 pieces of fiberboard, essentially. And, well, what is it? 3 pieces. The sides of the cabinet are fiberboard. The front panel where the handle is, you pull it out, is fiberboard. Underneath, it's not even fiberboard. It's like the thinnest piece of, like, fucking reinforced cardboard. That's the bottom of the drawer. That's supposed to support all the items you're putting in the drawer, is a thin piece of, like, reinforced cardboard. It's really cheap. Like, this is some of the cheapest, lowest grade cabinet stuff I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, why would they have put this into the fucking house? These are supposed to be nice houses. So anyway, I'm looking at it, and basically the way it works is the drawer is held together by staples. No screws, just staples. So I guess what happened is this morning, my wife was doing stuff in the kitchen, getting ready to go to work, and she says her shirt somehow got caught on the handle of the cabinet. So she walked back, and it pulled, and it yanked the whole fucking front of the cabinet off like nothing. Like, what? Like, what is this shit? So anyway, that being said, it's fixable for sure. I mean, I'm not going to put more staples in the fucking thing. Staples are garbage. I'm going to go buy long, boring screws, and I'm going to, instead of using shit-ass staples to hold the fucking drawer in place, I'm going to put screws in place to hold the damn thing steady so that it doesn't fucking fall apart like that again. Like, I have never seen anything like this before. So, Kat's fine, by the way. It wasn't like she got hurt, but can you imagine that? You get caught on a drawer, you're trying to walk through the kitchen, the whole fucking drawer rips apart? What? It's a joke. Now, eventually, obviously what I need to do is I need to replace everything in this fucking house. Those cabinets are shit. Those are the same, we have those same cabinets in our bathrooms too. So they really went, they skimped when they built this house in the 90s. They used low-grade shit, probably to cut cost. But these are considered higher-end homes. Certainly I don't live in a fucking mansion. But for the homes around here, these are considered higher-end homes. So the fact that it has this low-grade shit is shocking to me. But it's funny, when I first moved here, my next-door neighbor invited me in, welcome to the neighborhood. She had already redone all her cabinets. All her cabinets are deluxe, wood, expensive. She's like, that's one of the first things she changed because it was all shit, all cheapo shit. So, eventually I will upgrade all of this over the year. I got to get to a point where, number one, I'm paying all my taxes and I can afford everything around here normally. And then hopefully long term, I can afford to fix these or replace these cabinets because they are terrible. Terrible cabinets. But anyway, it surprised me. Because I was walking down like, what? A cabinet that's made of fiberboard, cardboard, and staples. Not a single screw in the whole thing. It was too expensive to buy a screw. And put a screw through the sides of the cabinet to hold it together. They had to use staples instead. I mean, you want to talk about garbage and rushing. Seriously. So anyway, yeah, what I'm going to do is this weekend I already have to go to a home improvement store like Lowe's. I already have to go there to buy the foam and the sealant to put my air conditioner in. So while I'm there, I'm going to buy, a handful of long, sharp screws to just hand screw in and hold the cabinet together. It'll be a temporary fix. Eventually, I got to replace it. But what are you going to do? I just couldn't believe it. And the thing is, that's the first one. So now when one of them starts going, the rest of them are going to start going too. That's how it works. So one cabinet fell apart. I can expect in the next 1 to 2 years, probably 3, 4 more will start falling apart. It's fucking stupid, but that's how it works, right? Okay. All right. Let's do shout-outs, my friends. Let's get to the shout-outs here. So, nothing's working. Hold on. Come on, you fucker. Okay, finally. Jesus, thing was locked up. Timbo Slice cheered 3 hours ago and said that the new WWE 2K game will not have a next-gen version. It's just going to be PS4, Xbox One, but it's going to run on the new consoles. All right? Hilariously stupid, right? I mean, every other game developer is developing games for the next gen, not 2K. Listen, at this point, would honestly be surprised if the game even works, because the last one didn't. The last one, half the modes didn't work. The game was full of bugs and glitches. Everyone hated 2K. Was it 2K19 or 2K20? It was actually, I think it was 2K20, wasn't it? And it came out in 2019. Yeah. So I would be surprised if the game even works 100%. But I am not surprised to hear that they did not develop it for next gen, or current. I even say current gen, really. I'm not surprised. Probably would have taken too much effort. If they can't even make the game work, can you imagine then trying to make it look good for the newest consoles, right? If anything, though, hopefully the game will run well on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. You know what I mean? Like, right now, there's plenty of PS4 games that I'm playing, and they run a lot better on PS5 because of faster loading, right? Higher frame rates. So the least we can hope for is that that'll happen with this game. But I'm not counting on it. Okay. The Poopy Doopy. Subscribe to the channel for 8 months. Thank you, Poopy Doopy, for the sub. Mr. Hurdy Gurdy Man's free trial VPN subscribed to the channel. And then he cheered and said, you need to put Disco Elysium on your list. Sure, it's an RPG. Not now, but full voice acting so you can take a bit of a rest and chill. I may play it eventually. I'm just not doing it now. You're right. But maybe I will play it eventually. Green Apple Slush did a 100-bit cheer, which is the biggest cheer of the day. Since this is going to be a busy couple of months for you streaming, seems like you got your hands full. Yeah, 4 new games in the next 2 weeks. In May, pretty much a new game every week. Same thing in June. Which is why I'm saying, these games that I've been focusing on for the last 2 to 3 months. Divinity 2, Danganronpa, Call of Duty. They're going to go on the back burner. Not to say that I'm dropping them, but they're not going to be played as often or very often. It's going to be a focus on all the new releases, and those games will probably be like once a week or something like that. So, thank you for the cheer. Biggest cheer of the day. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man's free trial VPN cheer. He says, can you verify PayPal with a prepaid card? I'm paranoid. No. How can you verify someone's identity with a prepaid card? Doesn't even make sense. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. K-Styles1998 resubscribed for a whopping 53 months. Thank you, K-Styles, for the long-standing support. And he says, I read for Mass Effect 3 good ending. It will require you now on how you play via Mass Effect 1 and 2. So you're saying they changed the ending of Mass Effect 3? Really? That's interesting. Well, I'm not playing Mass Effect 2, so I guess I don't know how that's going to affect my playthrough. I guess we'll see. Thank you for the resub. Cashmere Goat resub for 19 months. And it says, enlisting my support for the sub goal. And then he says he has some kind of a code word. Of course, it's a sub, so there's no code word. He's joking. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man's free trial VPN cheers. Because of trolls, you have more bots than average. If they get rid of them, your discoverability is going to take a hit. I hope they have a way to make it fair. I'm not even aware that discoverability is based on anything like that. It's definitely not based on followers. It may be based on viewers. But I don't have view bots regularly. You can always tell when I get a view bot. Because all of a sudden, my average viewers, which usually are between 300 to 400 viewers on any given stream, will all of a sudden skyrocket and be like over 1,000. Like, gee, I know where the view bots are coming from. You can tell that those are the streams. This isn't something that happens on the regular, though. I'm pretty sure the discoverability isn't based on number of followers. That would be really stupid. That would be like the same thing on YouTube that would be based on the number of subscribers. That would also be really stupid. But, let's see here. D-Man11, resubscribed for 7 months. And good morning, Phil. Thanks for all the shenanigans and fun playthroughs throughout my time being here. I hope to see you play Punch-Out on the NES for Retro Night one day. If possible, I'd enjoy that a lot. Thanks, and stay golden. That is a tough game. You need to know the pattern. If you know the patterns, the game's not that hard at all. But you need to learn the patterns of what to do against those enemies in order to beat them. There's no way to just play it straight up. You need to know, it's almost like a puzzle game. But it's very fun when you know what to do. Because I used to, I had it on NES and I beat the whole game. I didn't have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I had the Punch-Out when they lost that licensing. So I had Mr. Dream at the end instead of Mike Tyson. But it's a great game. I just don't remember any of the, I don't have the, whatchamacallit. What do you call it? Not a fact or guide, but you basically need to have a walkthrough of how to beat each character. I don't have that. I don't remember that. I did at one point. I knew it all. I knew how to go right through the game. I don't know how to do it anymore. Anyway. D Money Rockville has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. D Money Rockville. I appreciate that. Golden Nobles cheered. He says, McDonald's spicy crispy chicken sandwich while I was absolutely sloshed. Might as well have eaten the beer box. Yeah, it's disgusting. If you're talking about the new crispy, spicy chicken sandwich, it's terrible. It's one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. You can check out the DSP Tries It over on the King of Hate vlogs and see how much I hated it. One of the most hated things I've ever tried during DSP Tries It. Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man, actually, it's Mr. Gurdy Man's free trial VPN share. He says, tip, make sure you get particle board screws. To be honest, you're probably better just spending 20 bucks on a stapler and staples. They're generally pretty strong. Real carpentry is an art and costs thousands of dollars. No. I'm not going to restaple it. It's obvious the staples don't fucking work because the whole drawer came off. If the staples worked, the drawer wouldn't have come off by tugging it with a shirt. It's obvious it's trash. I need to get, you're right, I need to get screws that are good for particle board. Of course, good luck. If I go to Lowe's, no one in that store is going to know anything about that. No one. No one's going to understand it at all. They'll be like, huh? You just need a screw, man. They don't pay anyone. They don't train anyone. They literally just pull people off the streets and pay a minimum wage and tell them, oh, you need to help customers with shit. Like, they don't know anything. So I'll probably have to do a little bit of online research myself to try to figure out what kind of screws are good for particle board. Right? Stupid. That's right. Diocletian's absolutely correct. They just stock shelves, and then they get asked a ton of questions. And the questions are all bullshit because they don't know anything. They're not trained. They don't have any knowledge on top of anything that we know. They know nothing. Yet they are put in a position where people have to ask them a ton of questions. They don't know the answers. They don't know anything more than us. A lot of the times they'll pull out a phone and try to answer it by looking it up online. It's really stupid. Anyway. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do some shout-outs. Let's see here. Shout out to the top cheers of the week. It's only Wednesday, so the week is young. But thank you to those who have cheered so far. We actually have a quadruple tie for 7th place between Cheerio Eater, Dinosaur King, Eternal Napalm, and Twisted Resistor. Thank you, guys. In 6th place, we got Green Apple Slush. In 5th place, Major Riot. 4th place, The Villain X. 3rd place, Timbo Slice. 2nd place, Zenicac. And in 1st place so far this week of cheering, Ed Webb. Also, shout out to those who have gifted subscriptions to the channel so far this week. We've got Django Pops, Benzuko Lives, Ultimate Cloud 7, and Ripley Atomic, who each gifted a single subscription. We've got Diocletian, Beast Bod, and the Master Programmer, who each gifted 2 subs. Excuse me. And then we've got Gom, who gifted 5 subscriptions to the channel so far this week. Thank you guys for the support. All right, I just received a very generous $50 tip from Germworm1725. This is good evening from Germany. What's for dinner tonight? I'm not 100% certain. I think there's a couple of options depending on what my wife feels like doing tonight. I think one of the options is our Italian bake, which I absolutely love. It's one of our favorite things that my wife makes. And now we actually have the pan free to make it if she wants to make it today. Yesterday she was thinking of making it, but the pan was still dirty from having my birthday cake in it. And in addition to that, she was just kind of really tired and didn't feel like doing a lot of cooking. So she didn't do it yesterday. What was the other thing? I'm trying to think here. There's another thing that she can make. It's not baked chicken because the baked chicken is frozen. What the hell is the other thing that she's going to make this week? Oh, that's right. At some point this week, she's going to make some kind of a breakfast casserole. It's supposed to be like a ton of stuff. Like it's supposed to be eggs and sausage and all kinds of ingredients, cheese and stuff. She said she wanted to make this casserole because she never really did anything like that before. And we've actually been having breakfast for dinner once a week for the last couple of weeks. And it actually turned out really well, having like waffles and stuff for dinner. So we're going to do something like that. Yeah, pretty much like not really a huge omelet, but like a huge bake of eggs and cheese and sausage and other things all baked in the oven. And then just, scooping it out and eating it. So, so I guess she could either do that or she's probably going to do I would think she's going to do the Italian bake today. Because we've wanted to do it for weeks and the last 2 times we were going to do the Italian bake, we forgot to get the right ingredients. And this time we finally got the right ingredients. So what's in it? Well, a bunch of Italians, of course. We throw some Italian people into our oven and cook them up. They're delicious. No. It's rigatoni pasta. It is a sauce that she makes from various components, including tomato paste, chunks of tomatoes, beef broth, and various seasonings. All right, you add that throughout. Fresh parsley. Parsley is incredibly flavorful, which I never knew until we started making this Italian bake, and I absolutely love fresh parsley. Chicken meatballs. Normally they just say use real meatballs, but we like eating these Italian-style chicken meatballs that we get from the local grocery store. They're incredibly flavorful. They're ridiculously tasty. And they're much better for you than red meat meatballs. Much lower fat content. So that plus some mozzarella cheese and things melted over the top. So it's basically kind of like a casserole, but not really because it's a bunch of pasta with Italian ingredients. And it is really, really good. It's very good. It's absolutely delicious. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Hopefully that's what she makes for dinner tonight. If not, the breakfast thing she's going to make, I have no idea. We never had it before. It still sounds good, but I think I would prefer the Italian bake today. We'll have to see what she feels like. Authentic Pizza Hut pasta. Oh my god. Pizza Hut pasta. I can't believe that Pizza Hut sells wings and pasta and acts like it's good food. And sandwiches too, right? Oh my god. That just blows me away. People buy that shit. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't still have it. Ugh. That's just fucking nasty. I'm sorry. That's just fucking really nasty. Oh man. Really Atomic cheer and he says, what's the best thing my wife made for dinner? Dude. She made so many good things. Let me think of some of the unique things she's made that I love. She makes a Japanese style curry with pork and this curry sauce. It's really effing good. We haven't had it in a long time. But that's one of the things I really like that she makes. Chili. She makes an outstanding chili, a homemade chili that I really enjoy. This Italian bake I absolutely love. She actually made a couple times. She made some unique casseroles that I liked. She didn't like them that much, but I liked the casserole more than her. Okay, I never had casserole growing up. My mom never made a casserole ever, not once. My mom was not a casserole person. She either made things that were Polish or Italian, and that was pretty much it. Like, she wouldn't make other, like, casserole is not Polish or Italian. She never made a casserole before. So my wife making casseroles, making all different ones, they're crazy good to me. Like, I'm like, damn, this is really good. You know, the birthday cakes she's made me were pretty damn good. The very first one she ever made, it blew me away. Because my mom had made cakes for me in the past, but mostly if it was going to be a good cake, she would buy one, like an Italian cake from like an Italian bakery and stuff. When Kat made me that peanut butter and chocolate cake in 2018, I was like amazed. I was like, this is like gourmet level. And she just made this cake with this custom frosting she made herself by hand. It wasn't like she bought frosting. No, she got all the ingredients, blended, whipped them, mixed them together herself, and made the cake. I was like, oh my God. I could never do that. I could never do that. Ever. She's so talented with cooking. She really is. And the thing is, you know, not everything works, because sometimes Kat will look online at a recipe, and the recipe will say, do this, she does it, and it doesn't turn out so good. But that's not your fault if you're trying a new recipe. What my wife likes to do is she takes a recipe she finds online and she tries to make it her own. Like, she'll purposely change certain things, an ingredient here, or add seasoning, or do this or that, to try to make it better than what the base recipe looks like. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's what cooking is all about, is experimenting to try to find your level of balance that makes it your own thing, and now you have something that you've added to your repertoire that you know how to make, right? But she's good. She's a very good cook, and she makes so many different things. But I don't think I have a favorite. I just mentioned a bunch of my favorites to you. I don't think I have a particular favorite thing that she's made. One thing she just started making that blew me away was egg salad. I know. Something as simple as egg salad that everyone makes. She made egg salad, and she put all these ingredients in I never had. She put relish, a little bit of mustard, and she put a bunch of seasoning in it. And I'm eating it. I'm like, this is the best egg salad I've ever had in my life. And again, you know, you think home cooking. When I was a kid, I used to have homemade egg salad, but it was more bland. And this egg salad is like full of flavor. What the fuck? It's so good. Anyway, let's continue. What? So there's someone who's tipping me and saying dumb shit. They're tipping me like $1 each and saying the dumbest stuff I've ever heard. So I'm like ignoring it. But I don't know why they're doing this, because they know I'm not going to read out dumb shit. You know? I think they're trying to troll, and it's not working very well. It's not working very well because they're just looking really stupid and I'm paying no attention to it. Pretty dumb. Anyway, let's see here. Hold on. Where is this guy? Oh. I see. It logged me out. I was trying to find my dashboard. I was like, why am I logged out? Okay. So, Ryan, thank you for the $1.30 tip. There's no chance I'm going to be talking about the disgusting stuff you're talking about. And you know that, too. You know, I'm not going to derail my stream to talk about stupid shit. So, thank you for the $1 tip, and I'll ask you next time if you're going to tip me, don't say something stupid. Okay? Then I'll actually read your message. Mr. Gerdyman's free trial, VPN, cheered again, and says, tip to all the young guys in chat. Looking to impress senoritas, fresh garlic and chili flakes, lots of olive oil, toss in al dente pasta, garnished with parsley. Okay, then. Will be Atomic cheered. He said, do you think your wife has missed her calling by going into cooking professionally? I don't know. She's good. She's really good at cooking. So maybe she is. Maybe she could have done something like that at some point if she had known that she was a good cook and had time to focus on it. Maybe she could even gone through professional training and become a cook at a restaurant or something. You know what I mean? But at this point, I don't know if that would ever be anything possible. Being with zero cooking experience and stuff, you know, I don't know. Jack iThug cheered 100 bits. He says you need to go vegan or you'll have a shorter life. Wow. The things that I used to put my body through on a daily basis. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I used to be like, straight up, I was an alcoholic for a while. You know, drinking insane amounts of rum. While creating videos and stuff like 10 years ago. And you think that my biggest concern is eating vegan. Anyway. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, anything else? Anyone have anything else to talk about before we go on break? I use the restroom and we get set up and we start with Ghosts and Goblins today. Anything else? Not really. I don't think anyone's... No, I don't smoke weed. Someone just asked. No, I don't smoke weed. Never. Never. 25% Italian. We're already back on Legend difficulty. What happens in this game is if you can't beat a certain part, it asks you, do you want to lower the difficulty temporarily? You say yes, it will lower it one level. So I went from Legend to like Night difficulty. I then beat the segment that I couldn't beat, and then when I died, it immediately put me back to Legend difficulty for the rest of the game. That's how it works. They built it into the game like that. So, we're good to go. We're back to the hardest difficulty again. Knows Nobody Cheers says, who the F is Steve Jones? Just some asshole. Fruits07 Cheers said, what's your thoughts on diet soda? It's pretty disgusting. Like, what does it have, an aspartame or whatever? I don't think it tastes good at all. Now, the reason people drink is because they feel that sugar has too many calories in it. For me, my concern would be the sugar rots your teeth really badly. Like, when I was drinking those energy drinks that were soda, my teeth started to hurt on a regular basis. Like, oh, man, I gotta stop drinking this. But the point is, if you don't think you should be drinking soda all the time, you just shouldn't be drinking any soda. It shouldn't be, oh, I jumped from regular soda to diet soda. It should be you go from regular soda to no soda. Drink something else that isn't soda. You know what I'm saying? No, I did not see the AVGN Ghost and Goblins vid. I don't believe that was one that he had done back in the day when I used to watch him. No, I've never seen a spooky ghost. Jack Eyed Duck says the acid is what makes your teeth rot faster than the sugar. I mean, you're right, actually, right? It's the acid in soda. You're absolutely right. Now I just drink water. Every once in a while, I'll drink a Mio water. I'll Mio in my water sometimes. But as long as you get the acid out of there. The acid rots your teeth, man. He's right. Hello, Mateo the God. How are you today? Good to see you. Okay. Anything else? Are we good? I guess we're good. Alright, guys. That is it. Thank you for a great pre-stream. Let's take a break. I'm going to use the restroom. When we come back, it's a continuation of Ghosts and Goblins. We're going right to a boss fight. And hopefully we beat that boss and we can head into the next part of the game. The final stage. Alright, guys. Thank you very much. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. And I will see you in a few minutes. Alright? Thanks. See you in a bit.